All right, my friends, I think we are on. Let's see if we can get this to work this time. Welcome to Magnetic Agent Live, July 24th. I'm going to be answering a lot of the questions that were made on the last live stream where I couldn't see people's comments. Um, and if anybody wants to get on the live with me and I can do like a live, one on one, and you can ask your questions directly, please let me know. I will put the invite link here where you can join me here on screen. I would love to have you on here, and that way I can just answer questions because whatever your questions are, more than likely other people have the same questions. So, if you are feeling courageous and you want to get on here with me, I will more than happy allow you to come on here and you can just ask me questions live. So I'm going to open up the last session here. Oh my gosh, today, and I'm sorry for getting on late here, but I've been dealing with this issue with my iMessage because I sent out a text to all of the TLs in the company and just saying, hey, I want to come and do a webinar for your market center for free. Happy to do it. And somebody marked my message as spam. And if you guys aren't familiar with Apple, when somebody marks your message as spam, your iMessage gets shut down, which is a huge problem. If you started reading my book, one of my major foundational systems is the group text. So, and if you understand Apple, if your iMessage gets shut down, that means that it will recreate your group text as an SMS text. And anyway, it's just been an absolute disaster. So I got that fixed today. So it's a good day. It's a good day. And I'm just grateful to be here. It doesn't look like I can see anything still. So let me see if I can pull it up here. Let me go grab my other phone. Give me 1 second. Gracias. Gracias. Just need to see if this is working. If not, then I'm just going to go. Can you check on yours and see if you see it?
If you're live?
Yeah. I think I am. But I can't see anything. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So it is working. Okay. Cool. It is.
That's your story. There you go. No, nothing. You're wearing a different dress.
Okay, so I'm going to go through the questions from the last session where I couldn't see people's comments. here. Okay. So one of the questions was, what percentage do I pay? Okay, so right now I am paying 10% to my showing partner, and that's 10% of every buyer commission of a buyer that she personally helped. So here's another rule that I have with my business is if, let's say, she's not available, I make it very easy for her. Like if she needs to take time or she needs to be with her family, like I am very much about family and centering your life first on your family, God, your faith, and then business last. So if you're not available, as long as you're looking for a substitution and you're paying for that substitution, I'm fine with it. So if, let's say, Jimmy pre-approves a buyer on Thursday and she needs to be off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this buyer requests a showing for Friday, then I'm going to look for the showing substitution and then she won't get a cut of that because she never met the client. But if she had shown them a house on that Thursday and then she goes out of town for, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then she would look for those replacements. She would pay them and she would still get that 10%. Okay, so she has to meet the clients at least once, and then that client is hers. A lot of our clients go under contract after seeing just one house. And the way that we do this is we have a thorough buyer's consultation. We make sure we understand exactly what they're looking for. And if they ask to go see a house that doesn't have one of their non negotiables, we're not going to go look at it. So that's really important on our team is vetting properties and not just showing everything that comes on the market because you're going to waste a lot of time. It's going to create a lot of confusion with the client. And so you want to make sure that they're looking at properties that are actually suitable for them. So it's 10%. Let me see, and I can share some numbers here. Let's see. So she's been with me since April. So April, May, June. She's averaged, let me see, at 10%. And we're through July, I guess. April, May, June, July. She's averaged $7,000 a month. And she does not work like you would think she does because I get people under contract very quickly. So if they like a house, I have a really great reputation here in my market. I know how to craft offers that are attractive to other agents. And a lot of times my offers will get chosen just for the simple fact that they know that I'm going to have educated conversations with my clients and I'm going to guide them through and bulletproof the transaction. So it's not going to be one of those situations where you have a new agent that doesn't know what they're doing, that doesn't have control of their buyer. They know that I'm going to get it done and across the line. So a lot of times I'll get chosen just because it's me and I work with a lot of buyers. How does she handle the clients? Do you introduce them to your clients as the showing agent? That's a great question. So when I first get a phone call, the client will say, "Hey, I got your name from so and so and I'm looking to buy a house." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. I'm really happy to help you. I really appreciate the opportunity and I appreciate you reaching out. I'm going to send you a form. Once you fill out that form, then my team is going to call you and you're going to answer all your questions. And then you're going to go to the lender and get pre approved." I don't even say all that, honestly. I'm going to send you a form and we'll be back in touch. So I text them the form. Once they fill out that form, and by the way, that intake tutorial is in my bonuses that I'm giving out for pre-ordering my book. So just make sure you pre-order the book because you'll get those bonuses. You'll get the full audio book. You'll get the workbook with my tagging system, with this the 5 non-negotiables. You'll get the intake form tutorial, which is really popular. So make sure you pre-order. It's stop asking for referrals.com. Step 1, order. Step 2, fill out the form and then you'll immediately get those bonuses. So that intake form, they fill it out, and it starts a whole series of events in my ecosystem and my systems where they'll come into my pipeline management system. They'll also come into my command, my CRM. It'll give tasks to my VAs. It'll give tasks to my ISAs. And so everything gets started from that point. Okay. Once they come into the system, then the ISA will call them. And the ISA's goal is to get them into one of two, three, four, five buckets. So they're either going to be a 90-day person. So they look good, they have credit, income, assets, motivation. They want to get started right away. That's 90-day tag. They're hot, they're ready. Let's go. They can either be 4 months and we're reaching out to them in 2 months. They're either 6 months and we're reaching out to them in 3 months. They're 9 months and we're reaching out to them in 4.5 months, or they're 1 year plus. So, depending on what their situation is. So, I'll give you a couple examples. Somebody who's hot and ready is somebody who has the credit, the income, and the assets available to be able to go and present themselves with a lender. We don't make that decision for them, just FYI. I just want to put that disclaimer out there. Like, we're not playing lender. At every point in that conversation, we're reminding them that we're not lenders, but we want to make sure that they're aligned with the right lender and that they're packaged in a way that the lender is going to be able to process their application as soon as possible. So we're facilitating in the way that a tax preparer is not going to say, I'm the IRS and this is going to work, right? They are positioning that client to then present themselves with the IRS. So we're doing the same thing. Like, we're just gathering information to see if they're a viable client and then sending them off to the lender. And at every point, telling them, like, I'm just a realtor. This is just my understanding, but I'm going to put you in the best position so that when you have this conversation with the lender, you're educated, right? It's our job to guide them through the financing. So let's say this person has a work permit, but they just got it last month. Like, I know, and I'm always going to double check with the lender, but I know that if they just got their work permit, they don't have 2 years work history with their name. And that's just like a nuance in our Hispanic community, right? Or let's say they just started a business yesterday. Like, we know that there's a 2 year work history. I'm going to go and ask the lenders that do those, like, subprime loans and see if anybody has an option. But more than likely, that's not going to be an option. And so once the lender tells me and confirms that, hey, this person's going to be 2 years out, then I'm going to put the watch tag on them, right? 1 year plus, and then that creates a whole series of events in my system too, where now my follow up task is in 6 months. How's everything going? Okay, I saw here that you started a business. I can check in with the lenders again, see if there's another option. But that way they feel like this person really wants to help me. Like, it's not just, oh, we can't help you right now, which I get that a lot. Like, a lot of clients come to me because they're like, everybody else that we talked to, like, they were too busy to help us or to follow through or to look for options for us. So that's super important. Once they've been put in the bucket of hot, then we link them up with the lender, and that's what we call appointment set. So they're linked up with the lender, and we're waiting on them to let us know that the application has been submitted. So we went from there in my pending, like, I'm the bottleneck in this stage. Now the client is the bottleneck. So until you get your documents submitted and your application submitted, you are holding up the process. Okay, so that's appointment set. Appointment met for me is once they've submitted their application. Now, who becomes the bottleneck? The lender. So then we're following up with the lender, like, hey, you're delaying our process. We want to get this pre approval out as soon as possible. So we're doing follow up with them weekly. Once they get pre approved, then they get the active tag. The active tag indicates that we now add our showing partner into our group text, which is why this whole situation with TL marking me as spam was so detrimental to my business, because I wasn't able to, like, add people, remove people. It just created a whole mess, but it's fixed now. So, yay. Um, so now we add in the showing partner. How we do the introduction, I send videos, and it's videos of me. Hey, congratulations, you got your pre-approval. I'm so excited for you. Now you've entered the fun stage of the process where you get to go out and look at properties. You can send us any and all properties and we'll take you within 30 minutes. And I can't wait for you to find the perfect dream house. We send them another form, and that form has all the criteria. So that way we start to really narrow down what they're looking for, and they get their portal set up by the virtual assistants. This stage, we have to make sure we're training our clients is so crucial that they follow the system. Number one, they don't wait to go look at the property. They go same day if at all possible. They are, again, the bottleneck. Like, we're not the bottleneck. We can go take them today. But if their schedule doesn't permit, then we say, like, at most wait a day because these houses are selling fast. Number two is that they put the address, the date, and the time in the group text. We try to get them to not send photos or links. It doesn't always work. The most important thing is that they give us the time and the date that they can go. Um, I don't know if this is working. This is just very okay. I think it is working this time. Um, Once they send that request, then MITS will go schedule it. Then she'll report back, hey, the showing was confirmed. I'll see you there. Okay. A lot of people then ask, like, oh my gosh, like, what if people want to go see houses at the same time? Plus or minus half an hour, plus or minus an hour. Like, we just get everybody in. Don't think of the problem, think of the solution, right? So, three people ask to go see a house at 6 o'clock, then we do 6, 6:37, or we do 6, 7, and 8. Whatever it takes, we're going to get those three people in, or we can do 4, 5, and 6, whatever. So are you available on your lunch break? Like, there's so many ways that you can work around it, and it happens very rarely because, again, we're getting people under contract pretty quickly. Um, Once they find a house that they like, Mitz calls me from the house. Hey, Floor, I've got Oscar here. He loves this house. They want to put in an offer. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so exciting. I'm so excited. So now I'm rolling up my sleeves. This is my time to shine. So I call the agent first. Hey, where are you at? Do you have any offers? Are you getting ready to accept an offer? If you are, please stop. Like, I'm going to be submitting one. This is so crucial, guys. Like, we are hired to do these things. And when you are too busy managing your transactions, going out showing properties, running around trying to do everything. Like, I talked to an agent yesterday and he's like, yeah, like, he's so proud of himself because he does it all himself. And I'm like, that's a disservice to your clients because now, like, in the most important moment, I'm available. So that's the key. Like, we want to be available for the most important piece of the process, which is the offer negotiation or problem solving. So I'm rolling up my sleeves. I'm calling the agent, stopping them from accepting an offer if they were about to, finding out if there's multiple offers, finding out if they're desperate for an offer, all the things. Then I call the client. I'm like, hey, it looks like there's a lot of competition. What do you want to do? Or it looks like they're begging for an offer. So I think we can build in closing costs. We can do this. We can do that. We can ask for a home warranty. And then it's up to the client, right? So you build that offer strategy. And then I send all the details to my virtual assistants. They put the offer together. I review and sign. And at that point, I'm free. Because once the client sign, first of all, my virtual assistants are doing follow up with the client. And then once the client signs, then my virtual assistants are sending the offer on my behalf. So what was that, like 5 minutes that I've spent with the client? So 15 seconds plus, 5 to 10 minute conversation about the offer. But I'm present. I'm fully present. I'm fully there. And I'm guiding them with care and with intentional care through the part that's the scariest to them. Once the offer is accepted, that's the point where we kick Mitts out of the chat and we move on and we let Paola take over from that point until there's another negotiation. I'm gonna look here and see what other questions there were. Are you talking to the clients throughout the process? Is it like she shows the property and they report back to you? When are you belly to belly with them if it isn't through showings, events, question mark. Okay. So I think I had a conversation with another agent around this. And she's like, what am I? And I'm like, that's exactly how I felt too. I was like, then what am I good for? So we need to get out of this mindset. Like people don't need to see you all the time. Like the point in time when you see them belly to belly is like today with my clients that closed. I was able to be there with them and hug them and touch their hands and like rub their back and just like, "Oh my gosh, you made it. Like we did it. We did it together." But throughout, I'm in the group text and I'm texting. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, great job," or "Oh, you made it through the hardest part," or whatever. And it takes just a few seconds, just da 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 da. And it's little touches that they're like, "Oh, she's still there. She's watching everything. She's doing everything." And people fall in love with your standards, not with you. So they know that our standard in our business is to always be there for them and to answer within 20 minutes. So what they care about is getting the answer that they want. They don't necessarily need you to give them the answer that they want. So get out of that mindset. It is scary. I understand. I'm a control freak. But once you let go of that, you have a better quality of life and you can serve your clients better. And yes, she shows the property. Yep. And then if they like it, then they let me know. If they don't like it, then what? I mean, then Mitz and I talk about that in our meeting. So we meet once a week where we talk about those nuances. Like, what happened with this house? I thought that was a really good choice. Oh, they didn't like it because of XYZ. Oh, okay. So now we look for something better. Like, we had a client that her big thing was like she wanted like a newer house and a big backyard. And so we showed them a newer house with a big backyard. And then Mitz on our meeting, on our weekly meeting, was like, oh, they added in that a pool is non negotiable. So then our criteria changes, right? And so we're constantly pivoting with our clients and making sure that we're sending them the right properties. And if there's a client that then it starts to see too many houses, then I have another check-in call like, "Hey, what's going on? Like, what's the problem? Is it the monthly payment? What can we do to figure out a solution so that you're looking at the right properties at the right time and we can get you under contract because the market is really good right now. Sellers are accepting, seller paid closing costs. They're accepting lower prices. Like we've got really motivated sellers right now. Let's take advantage. Like, let's move forward. What can we do? What do you need to change? Do we need to look at different areas? Do we need to look at different price points? Can we add a cosigner so we can up your price point? That's what happened with my client that closed yesterday. One of the clients that closed yesterday is he wasn't seeing anything that he wanted. And so he's like, I need to add my dad to the application. We added the dad to the application. And that was one of those check in calls like, hey, what's going on? I'm not seeing you going out to look at properties. What can we do? He's like, the price point's too low. Let's add your dad. Added the dad. They found their house like that. They closed yesterday. So thanks for doing this. Question: what percentage do you pay? How do you introduce your clients? What does your process look like? I think I answered all of that. Guys, the key is leverage. The more that you can peel away the layers, the better agent you're going to be. I've realized in my time in the business, my favorite part of the process is transaction management, if we're being honest. I love that part, but it's not the part that makes me the best version for my clients. What my clients need is my strength in negotiations and my strength in relationships with other agents in the market. And that's going to position them better to win the properties or to sell their homes. So that's where I need to be, right? And it does spark joy. It's just second place, uh, but I do love it, and I understand that that's my zone, and everything else can be delegated. And it starts with one layer at a time. So don't think you need to implement all of these people at the same time because that's going to cause you to collapse too. You need to have the structure and systems in place. You need to do it one step at a time. This has been 6 years in the making for me to be this leveraged and be able to serve my clients at a really high level and yet not be in the business for hours on end. I think I got everything. Let me see. I also wanted to let everybody know that I am going to be signing books at Mega Camp. So let me know if you're going to be there. Also, for next live, if you can send me a DM and let me know if you're interested on coming on the live and just asking questions or talking through an issue, I would love that. Like an agent spotlight. So, next Tuesday or next Wednesday, let's do that. Send me a message or comment on this video, like, hey, I'm interested, and I'll send you a link so you can join me here live. Um, and yeah, I'll leave a link as well um for the book signing. Let me see if I can put it on the screen here. And if this didn't work out again, then I'm just going to go live just on the page. It just is what it is, you know? Sometimes you just got to surrender and realize that this technology is not your friend and move on. QR code. No. Okay. Well, I'll leave it in the comments. So I'm only bringing a certain amount of books to Mega Camp. So if you want to reserve one, make sure you buy the bundle ahead of time. I again, like I'm flying from Cincinnati to San Antonio, so I'm gonna have a very limited amount of books. So if you want one, I'm gonna have the hard covers, and the hard covers are like super exclusive because that's not coming out for a few weeks after my main launch. So get yourself a copy before they are released. I'll have the hard copies and also paperback. And don't cancel your pre-orders, please. I need as many as I can get so that I can unlock here the potential of this content and keep bringing you value. So, thank you so much, everybody. Um, Hopefully, the same thing as last time didn't happen, where you guys are commenting and I don't see you. I have the Facebook live up, so I don't know. Maybe it is working. I've got it up here on my phone and I don't see anything. So anyway, happy Friday, everybody. I'll see you on Wednesday. Don't forget to leave a comment below if you want to be on the live with me next week. All right. Have a great